What is your name?
I'm Jackie Lopez.
Jackie, how old are you?
I am 33 years old.
Single or married?
I'm married.
With how many children?
I have 2 children.
There are how many boys and how many girls?
1 boy and 1 girl.
What's the age of your 2 children?
The girl is 11 years old and the boy is 8 years old.
Jackie, do you have any working experience as a helper?
Yes, I work in Malaysia.
How long you working in Malaysia?
3 months, ma'am.
Oh, only 3 months. What's the reason? You are the one to break the contract, or you are terminated by the employer?
I'm the one to break the contract.
Can you tell me what's the reason?
The reason is that when I was in Malaysia, my mother is the one to take care of my kids. At times she got sick, so no one can take care of my kids. So my husband decided to send me back in the Philippines. And the second is, in my contract, I have to work only in the house of my employer. Clean the house, take care of children, do the car wash. But I have to work also in a tutorial center because my employer is a teacher.
So this is the reason. If you go to Hong Kong to work, but now who take care of your children? If you go to Hong Kong,
My father-in-law and also my mother and my relatives.
so are you sure if one of them have sick, you still have the others people can take care of your children?
Yes, ma'am.
You will not go home.
No.
If you go to Hong Kong, the employer asks you, Jackie, go to clean my parents' house. So you will, but no any extra payment. Just ask you to do this is the extra work. Can you accept?
Yes, ma'am.
You will follow?
Yes, ma'am. I will follow.
So I'm surprised why in Malaysia you will not accept, but in Hong Kong you can accept the extra job.
Because in Hong Kong, if my employer asks me to clean the parents' house, I will do that because it's his parents. But in Malaysia, they asked me to work in the tutorial center, which is not part of my job, ma'am.
Okay. Anyway, Jackie, working in Hong Kong as a domestic helper, of course your main job is in the house, not in the office. This is rules. But sometimes you need to think about, to understand what is your job duties. Sometimes you need to obey your employer in a reasonable arrangement. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
As you told me, if I go to clean up the parents' house, of course they are the parents, they are the family member of the employer. So sometimes you can help them, even no extra payment, because they are the same family. You help their parents, it's okay.
Yes,
ma'am. But one thing you must follow the instruction from the employer is about the holiday, because according to Hong Kong labor rules, if you're working for the employer 7 days, then you will have a 1 rest day. But this rest day must arranged by the employer. You know, all the holiday and rest day is arranged by the employer. We don't know which day, maybe Sunday, maybe weekday.
Yes, ma'am.
So never ask for and request the holiday and rest day from the employer. You're just waiting the arrangement.
Yes, ma'am.
Understand?
Yes, ma'am.
And the holiday, you have the time setting. You cannot go out early than 9 o'clock, and you must come back to the house before 8 o'clock.
Yes, ma'am.
According to the rules, you have the 24 hours to take a rest if your holiday or rest day. Suppose you no need to work for the employer when your holiday, because you have the 24 hours to take a rest. But I share my advice to you. If you want to build up the good relationship with your employer, you want to appreciate the employer, so even the holiday, before you go out and once you come back to the house, you also do the housework for the employer. Are you willing?
Yes, ma'am. I'm willing.
And finally, about the cell phone. When you're working, you must concentrate to the job, especially you take care of the children or no matter what's the job duties. You must concentrate. So that's why at the daytime, you must turn off your cell phone and put it on the table. the employer, they can monitor everything in the house by the CCTV. You know, most of the employer, they will install the CCTV, the camera in the house to monitor everything in the house. Understand?
Yes, ma'am.
But at the night time, when you finish all the job, before you take a rest, you can ask the permission from the employer. Oh, mom, sir, can I use my cell phone? If your employer say yes, that is the time you can use the phone to communicate with your family, but not more than 1 hour. After 1 hour, you must turn it off again and put it on the table again to make sure, to let the employer, to prove to the employer you will not use the cell phone after you finish the 1 hour. But I am sure your employer will return the phone for you for your holiday or your rest day. Whole day you can use. Okay?
Okay, ma'am.
No problem.
No problem, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
If okay, please make a promise to the future employer you will not use the cell phone. You will finish your 2 years contract.
To my coming employer, I promise not to use my cell phone without your permission, and I promise I will finish my contract. Thank you, ma'am.
Wait， 咁啊 Jackie 咧，佢咧就33歲，就結咗婚，有2個細路仔㗎啦。咁啊，有一仔一女，8歲同11歲。咁之前咧去過2014年嘅時候咧，就去過馬來西亞做過3個月。咁啊，因為咧當時佢2個細路仔咧就係安排咗俾佢媽湊，佢媽就病咗。咁呢個係其中一個理由啦。咁但係最主要嘅原因咧就係佢講咧就係話，因為老細咧就開補習社嘅，咁咧就要佢咧除咗做屋企嘢之外，就要去埋補習社幫手。咁佢覺得呢個唔係佢個 part of the job。而反而佢去到香港，我頭先問佢嘅時候，如果老細叫你去做佢即係義工去阿媽阿爸嗰度做得唔得啊？佢話得。我話點解咧？佢話因為嗰個係佢個 family， 係佢老細個 family， 係 parents。佢話咁呢個係冇問題喎。咁我覺得呢個係亦都係有理由嘅，係啱嘅。即係呢個喺佢個思想嗰個抉擇咧係完全正確咯，係走正確嘅路線啦。呢個就佢唔係啲麻煩嘅工人，佢反而我覺得反而係通情達理咯。咁所以我就會俾機會佢。佢人咧其實就好簡單，外貌又 OK 嘅雖然佢一個即係中學生，但佢講嘅英文咧都算清楚啦。咁同埋響帕吉斯蘭呢度啲工人咧，我覺得始終咧佢哋都係離開城市遠啲啦，即係響佢哋嘅思想上咧就比較 simple 一啲咯，即係唔係一啲好複雜嘅人。咁我覺得我唔會因為佢一個之前嘅咁樣嘅表現咧，而我判咗佢死刑咯。佢絕對唔係啲麻煩搞事嘅工人，或者做得唔穩定嘅工人。呢個完全佢選擇係正確嘅。咁所以我仍然會俾機會佢。Okay, Jackie, I hope I can see you soon in Hong Kong soon. Bye bye.